headline from the Daily Wire serves as yet another reminder of just how stupid we're letting our society become. DOJ targets Elon Musk's SpaceX for allegedly preferring to hire U.S. citizens. That's right. The United States Department of Justice is attacking an American company for preferring to hire American employees. The story has just broke, but it all happened last year when Trump was president. No doubt this is the exact kind of nonsense Donald Trump was elected to end. He missed this one, and so did Bill Barr. And that's a shame. According to the article, a non-citizen applied for a job at SpaceX and claims he wasn't hired because he wasn't an American. Of course, the DOJ sprung into action, right? Eager to attack an American tax-paying company and militantly protect the rights of a person with a foreign passport. Welcome to woke America. This story is just another example of the absolute embarrassment that this country is becoming. As a society, we are trying as hard as we can to self-destruct. The irony is, as we all wear masks to hide from COVID, wokeness will be the virus that really destroys us. We are surrounded by hyper-liberal ideologues who absolutely hate this country. Here's Allison Collins. She's the vice president of the San Francisco Board of Education. Listen to this.
If you're going to say that merit, is like fair, it's the antithesis of fair, and it's the antithesis of just. And so, you can't use equity, or you can't, talk about social justice and then say that you want to have a selective school that keeps certain kids out from the neighborhoods that you think are dangerous.
So merit is racist. Digest that statement for a second. Merit is racist. Nobody who thinks that way belongs anywhere near your kids or anywhere near a position of power. If we can't judge people based on merit, how exactly do we judge them? How do we advance as a society if we have no way of choosing who is best to lead? The answer is there's no possible way to do that. And that's exactly what Allison Collins and people like her want. A collectivist society where everyone is assigned a government position and an assembly line, a food ration voucher, and a government-provided apartment. The leftist utopia, right? Zero inequality. Everyone equally miserable. Along with education, wokeness has also infiltrated politics very effectively. This was all you heard when Kamala Harris became vice president.
Chatting with Kamala Harris, this historical figure, the first black woman to ever be a vice president of the United States.
The left went nuts for the first black woman to be vice president. It's the only credential anybody seemed to care about. Nobody paid attention to the fact that her entire new persona, the always laughing racial justice champion, is a total creation. A former hard-nosed prosecutor who fought every day to throw black men in prison for drug crimes, now selling herself as woke. Everything Kamala is right now is a lie. The left doesn't care. All they see is her color and her gender. Same with the new Homeland Security Secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas. How much do you know about this guy? Does anyone talk about his credentials? Well, let me fill you in. He's actually very qualified for this job. But the media doesn't care about that. Nope. He's the first Latino to run DHS. That's all you ever needed to know. How about Rachel Levine, picked by Biden to be number 2 at Health and Human Services? Big job, especially right now. The media blasted the story when Biden chose her. She'll be the first transgender woman confirmed by the Senate to help run Health and Human Services. Well, prior to this story, the only story anyone ever heard about Rachel Levine was when her state, Pennsylvania, pushed elderly COVID patients into nursing homes, just like New York. Then people found out that Levine, being in a huge position of power, actually rescued her mom from a Pennsylvania nursing home, but of course let other elderly patients be exposed to COVID and potential death. So great job, Rachel. You certainly deserve a massive promotion. And then Pete Buttigieg, we covered this last night. The media bursting at its seams, so excited to tell you he's the first openly gay cabinet member. It's not really true. Rick Grinnell actually beat him to it in the Trump administration, but let's not spoil the moment here. Buttigieg was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Zero experience with transportation. And on top of that, while he was mayor of South Bend, his city's roads were so bad that it actually made news headlines. Regardless, he gets a massive promotion now handling the roads of an entire country. Must be nice. It's increasingly clear that before merit comes the question of your race, gender, sexual orientation, etc. This is what we really care about now. Are you capable enough to handle the job? No clue. But if you check off the right boxes, the job is yours. Nothing is destroying American exceptionalism faster than this. We are on the bullet train toward mediocrity. Wokeness has accelerated dramatically, and the Biden administration, of which it's now very clear that Joe Biden was a Trojan horse, is pushing the throttle on woke government to the max. When racial equity in the United States, the most racially inclusive country in the world, is deemed an emergency by an incoming administration, that's when you know you're in real trouble. Meanwhile, there's one huge winner in all this: our competition. If you want to know why places like Russia and China laugh at democracy, you now have your answer. We deserve to be laughed at. Right now, a relatively small group of angry, sensitive morons on Twitter are more powerful than our president. You think Xi Jinping would let this happen in his country? They're cracking up over there watching all this, and they're cheering it on. Here's an illustration from Chinese state media. This was made during the George Floyd protests. You can see the Statue of Liberty as a cop with its foot on the neck of George Floyd. Our country was in the midst of a total meltdown, and China had the popcorn out. They were loving every minute of it, fanning the flames. The Chinese pushing for social justice in this country because they know how divisive Black Lives Matter and Antifa really are. China, the country that throws dissenters in prison and Muslims in concentration camps, a champion for American social justice. And our media took that seriously. George Soros is playing the same game. He has spent millions of dollars installing left-wing attorney generals in major U.S. cities in recent years. Crime rates in these places like Los Angeles are soaring as these fools decriminalize everything. And Soros is laughing. Did anybody actually think George Soros cares at all about racial justice? Listen to him in his own words years ago on 60 Minutes.
In the last 2 years, you've been blamed for financial collapse of Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Russia.
Yeah, all of the above.
I am basically there to make money. I cannot and do not look at the social consequences of what I do.
The real George Soros. I am there to make money. I don't care about the social consequences of what I do. Soros knows there's a ton of money to be made in collapsing this country. The reality is wokeness is our kryptonite, and the world knows it. Look at how much power the far-left Twitter army has in this country. The woke now hold complete and total power of the Democrat Party. And the Democrats have the Congress and the White House right now. Major corporations bend to the woke every single day. Major multinational corporations make decisions they know will cost them money. They do things they don't want to do to avoid the horrors of cancel culture. We are imploding because of this, and nobody is willing to fight back because you might get canceled yourself. They might call you a racist. The woke are fascists. They're despicable.